For example, see this bunch? I don't know how they got stuck together. If you really look closely at the base, you can see there's like, this is horrible actually, there's like 5 natural lashes. Somehow they got clumped together with the others. What's up, guys? I'm gonna do surgery today. Eyelash surgery. So we're actually gonna do a fill. We're actually gonna do a fill for you in selfie mode. So I hope you enjoyed this. So these are the very thick mega lashes I will do before and after, and we will try to show you how to go through overgrown lashes, how to do all of that good stuff to make them look good again after 3 weeks. So I put the under eye patch, and I don't care to put it so close to the eye to hold down every single lash because I'm going to use tape to do the rest. My main goal is to protect her skin and try to hold down some of the lashes. I'm going to put the white tape in a crisscross formation, and again, very important to not go too close to her eye because we don't want to poke her, we don't want to cause any redness to the eye. So make sure even if it's a little bit lower like that, that's okay. It's better than it being too close to the lash water line. Close for me. And we're going to use the clear tape on top to give us a smooth surface. And that's it. Close. Okay, so for a fill, basically our goal is to fill in all the areas that are missing, that look like they've fallen off or her natural lashes have grown out and the extensions are no longer present because they've shedded and new ones have grown out. Or we're gonna go ahead and remove anything that's really overgrown, like this one. So you can see it's, I don't know, about 4 or 5 millimeters away from her lash line. So that's considered overgrown. We're gonna go ahead, remove, and apply new ones to those. But basically, when you're doing a fill, you're not really applying it on every single eyelash and removing all the old ones, putting all new ones, because sometimes people ask me that. But instead, you're filling in the ones that have grown out, because remember, we do have eyelashes that grow daily and we lose about 5 a day and new ones grow out. That's just our natural shedding cycle. Okay, we're not doing anything else with the ones that still look good. So for example, if there is one like this one, it's still on one natural lash, it looks pretty good, it's a thick fan even though it's not super wide right now, we can just go ahead and leave that, because if we were to remove every single one that doesn't look perfect, then it's going to be even longer and harder work compared to doing a full set. If they all look pretty bad, you want to remove the whole thing and do a full set instead. It's hurting you?
Yeah, there's like a area right here that hurts.
Yeah, they're overgrown. So if anything hurts, it's mainly because it's overgrown. So we're gonna go ahead and try to remove the ones that are overgrown like that. And the way I do that without hurting her is I'm gonna hold one of the with one of the tweezers, I'm gonna hold the extension, and with the other one I'm gonna hold the base of the extension so I don't hurt her natural eyelashes, and I'm gonna twist just like that to break the bond of the glue and remove the extension without pulling her natural lash. And you can see it's only the extension, not her natural lash. I'm gonna brush through again, see if there's anything else that looks like that. And I don't have to go through it and remove all of them from the beginning. I just kind of start applying, and anytime I catch one that's not good, and then I remove those. Okay. And of course, if I see anything that just maybe from wear and tear or from mascara or leftover makeup or oils, they've kind of gotten stuck together, I'm gonna go ahead and use my tweezers to gently peel them away from each other, because if they do stay stuck more than one natural eyelash, that's also how they're gonna cause damage to the natural lash and eventually pull on each other and hurt the client. And she did say some of them were kind of hurting her, and that's the reason. For example, see this bunch? I don't know how they got stuck together. If you really look closely at the base, you can see there's like This is horrible, actually. There's like 5 natural lashes. Somehow they got clumped together with the others. Maybe when it was applied, it didn't fully dry and they got together, or maybe just from makeup residue and everything, just over time they got stuck together. But when I'm doing a fill and I catch this, I am gently gonna separate them to make sure it doesn't hurt her and it doesn't damage her natural lashes in the long run. And of course, you don't want to use remover when you're removing 1 or 2, because it will touch the rest of them and ruin the rest of the eyelashes that still look good. And then you're going to have to do a full set, or they just won't stick as well. So if there is only few that are bad, you do definitely want to use these few techniques and either separate them how I'm doing it, or remove it with the twisting technique in order to try to save as much of the lashes as possible to do a fill. But if I see there's too much, then I would just decide to remove the whole thing and then restart. And of course, you want to explain that to the client so they understand you're not removing just because you want to, you're removing to protect their natural lashes. So here are the eyelashes I selected I'm going to use on her. They're the Mega Volume 2.0s. It's basically what she had that she came in with. We're going to just fill them in to try to make them look as good as possible. We did apply them on a tissue just to quickly start working. You can use a magnetic lash pad, put it next to you, or a silicone, whatever you prefer. At the moment, I actually don't have my magnetic lash pad with me, so I'm just going to go ahead and use the tissue. And we're gonna do 11s in the inner, 13s mostly in the center, and then in the outer corner a little bit over, we're gonna do 15s to give her a wing, or fill in her existing eyelashes that she had. So again, just like how you would do a full set, you're gonna go ahead and go in and isolate, get 1 natural eyelash, and you're gonna grab your fan and you're gonna go ahead and apply on that 1 natural eyelash. But look, I forgot my glue. I need glue. So I also like using the Mega Hold glue to do the volume sets, or the mega volumes, because it does dry in like half a second to 1 second, and my fans can dry wide and nice really quickly with these glue. Okay, and for tweezers, I use the G10 to apply. It's a curved tweezer, it has a nice grip, and then I use the Y5 to isolate. Okay, so I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna isolate again. I'm gonna get 1 lash. Now remember to turn on my light so I could see everything well. So once I have that 1 natural eyelash between my tweezers, I want to make sure I move any baby lashes away. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my fan. And for the megas, I like to throw away some in the corner, as you guys know if you follow me, to have a little bit space to be able to fan them out. And she does like her fans pretty thick, so I'm gonna try to make them as thick as possible. She naturally has pretty thick eyelashes, but I'm gonna try to fan them out as much as I can to not damage her natural lashes. I'm gonna dip the base, and I like to come from underneath and wrap it around if it allows me. Just helps them last longer. Okay, let's try again. These eyelashes pretty much fan themselves out, but I do like to push on them to make them as wide as possible. And once somebody has kind of straight eyelashes, it is harder to put them underneath. So for this one, I did decide to go ahead and put it right on top instead. And if there's any baby lashes, I'm gonna move it out of the way to make sure it's only stuck to 1 natural lash. Let's try again. Tricky one. And you do want to hold it in place with the mega lashes like a couple seconds so the fan dries as wide as possible, and you can adjust with your tweezers. Again, that's kind of how I do apply the megas underneath if it allows me, because I feel like the fans do last longer when you apply them underneath. But if the natural eyelash is long and straight, it may be harder to apply underneath, so go ahead and apply on top. They'll still last really well. And see, anytime I find one that's kind of grown out and it looks old like that, I will go ahead and remove it to apply a new one. Again, we're gonna move the baby lashes out of the way so they don't stick together. Anything that's loose that's already gonna start coming off, it's okay, just go ahead and remove it, and we're gonna add new ones. And if a natural eyelash is really short like this, it looks like a baby lash that's just growing out, don't put one on there because that's still in a growing phase, and we'll go ahead and fill that in next time she comes in because most likely it'd be grown out even more. And again, the whole purpose of it is to not damage her natural lashes so she can keep getting eyelash extensions. And of course have lashes. So now we're just basically gonna jump around and go fill in all the eyelashes or remove anything that doesn't look good, as we spoke about before. And if you're paying attention to, I am putting a little bit bigger fans on her. She prefers them that way. Normally I don't like to go more than double the thickness of the natural eyelash, but you know, if a client really insists, it's really them and their lashes. If it's tiny bit thicker than double the thickness, you can do it. You know, it's not recommended, but as long as the client knows and they still prefer it that way, you can do it. But just make sure they're not too much thicker so you don't damage their eyelashes to the extreme. And she's been fine. She's been getting them like that for a while, so she's been fine. Her natural eyelashes have been okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and make them a little thicker than I normally would advise. And for these fans, they are self-fanning. They're super easy to fan out, the Mega Volume 2.0 lashes. But keep in mind, not every single fan has to be the same thickness. You don't have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, let's say, for all of them. If some of them are a little thicker and compared to the others, that's okay. That's normal because our natural eyelashes are also not all the same thickness. And if somebody has a wiggly eyelash like that, I'm just going to focus to glue on the base. I'm not going to worry about the curly part. Keep blinking. Keep blinking. Open.
No, my eyes burning.
Ooh, that looks so good though. Just try a little. Look at the camera.
Someone got my phone. How much better is the camera?
Look a little up. Okay, wink at me because you love me. The other eye.